Uranus sparks something in us. It's like it brings something different into our lives. And no matter whether we like it or not, it destabilizes something. And it could be in a good way. It brings us to a more authentic place. Uranus is doing something really interesting coming up on May 17th, 2025. It's having its last Cazimi, the last Cazimi that it's going to have in Taurus until the 22nd century. So it's significant. Why? Well, because since 2018, something's been going on in the Taurus area of your life where we want security and things that bring us feelings of safety and calmness, very Taurus stuff, that area of your life. That's what you want, security there. But Uranus doesn't do that. What is a Cazimi? Well, anytime the sun and a planet meets on the same degree, it starts a new synodic cycle. It's called a Cazimi. So it amps up the energy of whatever planet, and this one is Uranus. Uranus is almost out of Taurus. We're very close to the end. Actually, it leaves in, July 7th to November 7th, 2025. There's that first little sneak preview of it that we're going to get. And then once it enters again, it's there until 2032 in Gemini. Right now, we're kind of at the last stages of Uranus and Taurus. Because of this, I think we're getting a revelation moment instead of some new disruption. Earlier today after my reading, I was on YouTube just taking a little break to decompress. And I like to sort of follow wherever my intuition and instincts go with videos. And I saw this one that I wanted to watch. And it was a story of this woman named Marina Abramović. It takes place in 2010. She's at the New York Museum of Modern Art. She's the artist. The thing that she was doing was performance art. So she sits motionless at this table, very simple wooden table, and her performance is called The Artist is Present. So people line up to sit across from her at this table. She has her eyes closed and she opens them and you make eye contact with her. It's complete silence. There's no talking, no words, no gestures, no change in her face. She's just very composed. And the rules are really strict. Her face has to remain blank, a blank canvas. So she rejects whatever emotions are coming back at her, whatever the visitor brings in. So this lady did this day after day after day for a long time. So here's where it gets interesting. In 1976, she used to have a partner and his name was Ulay, Frank Ulay Laspatian. Anyway, he's a German artist. And he and she, they were very compatible, a lot of fire, very artistic together. They fell in love with their ideas too, not just with each other, but the radical idea that they could use their bodies, their trust, their breath could be art. In one piece, they stood naked together in a doorway and they faced this gallery. So the gallery goers, they were in the doorway. So people coming in and out of the galleries were actually like brushing past their naked skin. I don't know, it's the 70s, man. They breathed into each other's mouths until they nearly collapsed. They ran into each other again and again and again until they had bruises. And they did this for 12 years together. And whatever they did was inseparable. They were like a single unit. So in 1988, they started to, fray at the edges. And their bond was cracking under jealousy, ambition, exhaustion, all the things that come with being in the limelight. And to end it, they decided to do one final art piece together. And it was called The Lovers. So what they chose to do was to set out on the two opposite ends of the Great Wall of China. So Ulay, the man, started from the desert, and Marina, the woman, started from the sea. And for 90 days, they walked 2,500 kilometers each, step by step, toward their final meeting. And so when they reached each other, when they reached the middle, the midpoint, there wasn't a new chapter or a wedding or anything. They just embraced each other. They said goodbye, and they turned and walked away, and then didn't talk to each other for 22 years. Complete silence. They didn't see each other again. That's it. Now back in 2010, we're sitting at this gallery. She's getting all these people coming in. She's in a marathon of stillness, Then she has her eyes closed because a new person's coming in. And guess who it is? Yeah, it's Ulay. So he steps forward. He sits down across from her. And the people in the room didn't know their story. They didn't, nobody really knew. They were just there to watch this art piece, this human art piece. And then Marina saw it was him. And then her iron discipline faltered, her eyes glistened. She started to tear up, and his face also softened. They felt the weight of their shared past. They hadn't seen each other or talked in 22 years. And then all of a sudden, there he is. And for a moment, she wasn't just an artist and he wasn't just a visitor. They were Marina and Ulay again. They were looking back at the love that they built, the art that they built, and the world that they had together. And that's so Uranian. You know, this is such a Uranian love story. This moment where they were two people in one place, it's a conjunction. They come together again. The part that got me a little bit emotional was that the whole thing got me emotional, I'll be honest, but she broke her own rules. And at one point she reaches across the table. She offers her hands to him and he holds them. He holds her hands. They don't talk. There's just silence. But you can see everything going on in their minds, the forgiveness, the longing, the closure. It's all in a minute. And then he gets up and walks away. And that's it. It's like the most beautiful, real, authentic connection between two people meeting together on the same degree, in the same moment, in the same situation that they created so much together. And he became part of her new art installation, The Artist Is Present.
I never forget that moment in MoMA. Give me your hands. When I broke my rules, and I never break my rules, ever, 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 ever. But this was the moment I break all my rules because you was not just another visitor. You was my life.
If she's just sitting there stoic the whole time, that's cool. I mean, like, good job. But to see how she is affected, honestly, by watching her lover be sitting right in front of her, the person that she built so much of her life with, that alone was worth it. That was worth the price of admission. I did a little astrological timing digging on this one, and 2010, during their reunion, they don't know exactly what day it was, but her thing started March 14th. And it went into June somewhere in there. I can't remember exactly the date, but the Cazimi was building that entire time. It was just a few degrees off when she started. And throughout the entire process of her art exhibit, there was the Uranus Cazimi right in the middle of it in April. And then there was a sign switch. Pisces is where Uranus was at the time. And on May 27th, during the exhibit, it switched to Aries. In 2025, Uranus is going to be in the Cazimi at around the same, 27 degrees. May 17th is when it happens, and the sign switch is about to happen as well. So it's about 3.5 degrees away from the sign switch right now. It's going to be going into Gemini on July 7th. So we're looking at another big shift. Gemini is communications, it's curiosity, it's commerce, it's some sort of quickness, mercurial, right? Really different for Uranus to be in there. So who knows what that's going to be. Let's talk about the Sabian symbol next. I really like using Sabian symbols when there's Cazimi moments or when there's conjunctions with planets or even new moons, because it adds another layer, a layer of metaphor, of archetypes that we can look into. And this one is happening at Taurus 28. The Sabian symbol is a woman pursued by mature romance. Rudyard was a little less PC. A woman past her change of life experiences a new love. Whatever. The concept of this Sabian symbol is perpetual new beginnings, that it's never too late, that especially a love after procreation is off the table is so true. It's so honest. It's so authentic because there's no need for creating new life. This is it's more dedicated to the two people that are involved. Do I like you for more than your body? Do I like you for more than your face? Stuff like that. It makes sense too to think about Uranus being at the last bit. We've been through this change of life with Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, and we're getting ready to experience something new. No matter where we are in our life, there's always an opportunity, the heart's joy of sharing and loving and finding compassion, partnership, a new love in lots of different ways. Thinking about those two people, Marina and Ulay, so much time had gone by. You know, they were together in 1976, and this is 2010. So they are no longer those two young lovers. You know, you can see the age in both of them. and the passion is still, the love is still there, right? There's still something that's very deep between them, but there's also closure, and something new can start, something fresh. James Burgess here says, limits of the physical body need not stop us from staying alive to new possibilities and opportunities. So this is a very mature Uranus Cazimi. I think it's done being a rascal. It's done messing around. And now it's kind of like, all right, I'll give you a break for a little while before I go mess around in Gemini. I like you just the way you are. I love Uranus. And I love that I don't have to say the other ways of saying that word. I just love it, because if I had said it the other way, it would sound really weird. Okay, that's all I've got. And I will talk to you soon. I made this song into a lullaby? No. Rockabye Baby. Something about that. It's just not normal. No. Yes. Ooh! How did you put that into a lullaby?